Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list is the top 10 highest prices for regular issue star notes. We're not talking about one of a kind notes, we're just talking about the shorter print notes. And some of them have interesting histories, and it's amazing how many of them are out there. I want to thank my buddy Ontario 100 for talking to me a little bit about stars and talking me into doing a list, because when he first suggested it, I thought every note has a star note, so that would be a huge list. How do you narrow it down? Then I realized every note doesn't have stars. Once I dove into it, I found all kinds of neat stuff, and I'm going to do a couple videos. You already saw last week's video where I did the top 10 highest prices realized at an auction for star notes. This week, like I said, top 10 regular issue notes, essentially the key star notes for each group. So, let's get this started. Number 10 on the list. Number 10, I've got a 1928 legal tender $2 bill. 1928 legal tender $2 bill. Now, the regular notes in this series sell for about $10. Star notes, generally, you're going to get about $60. But if you find a $2 red seal from 1928, that's a star, and it happens to be from the E series, you'll notice this one here is from the G series. There it is, a series of 1928 G. If you find one from the E series that's a star note, those, instead of $60, sell for roughly $750. The shortest print of that particular series, if you happen to see some star notes, make sure that they didn't misprice one of those E's as $60. Should be about $750. So that's number 10 on my list. Number 9. Number 9, we're going to go with 1907. Now, yes, this particular note is the 1869 rainbow. It's just a replica, obviously. But this is the wood chopper. And the wood chopper, other than the rainbow color, this is what it would look like in 1907. Now, 1907 wood chopper, generally speaking, starts off at about $135. And if you were to run across a star, it could be upwards of $600. But if you happen to find a 1907 legal tender wood chopper with the signatures of Elliott and Burke, that is going to go for almost, well, more than double, actually. That's going to go, instead of $600, you're talking $1,275. That one is the key star note for the particular group from 1907. So yeah, $1,275, looking for those signatures, Elliott and Burke. Signatures, of course, would be down here. That's number 9 on the list. Number 8, slightly newer and kind of surprising. Most people see these bills and they don't think that they're worth too much. They don't pay them too much attention. Well, now you might. This is a 1923 $1 silver certificate. Now, a $1 silver certificate from 1923, generally speaking, you're talking in the $40 to $40 range, $40 to $95 range. But what you're looking for in the 1923 series, you're looking for a star note that has the signatures of Woods and Tate. So it would be Woods here and Tate over here. That's white. That's listed there. But you're looking for Woods and Tate. If you find a star note with Woods and Tate, that star, instead of being your standard $80 star note, $80 to $150 star note, that note is going to run roughly $1,500. So yeah, when you see someone that's got a pile of these and they're trying to push them at a show, and instead of selling them for $75 or whatever, they've got them out there for $25. Take a look, see if they got a star in there. You never know. You never know. $1,500 for that star note featuring Woods and Tate. So that's number 8 on my list. Number 7. Number 7, we're going back to another small size note. This is the 1928 red seal, $1 red seal note from 1928. Legal tender note was distributed in Puerto Rico. So that makes these notes in any condition hard to find. Very hard to find. Even in poor condition, these are still going to go for somewhere around $90. However, if you run across a 1928 $1 note, red seal note, that's got the star on it, the star is going to make that note roughly $1,500 as well. $1,500 to find a red seal with a star. A huge increase from that $90 starting point. So yeah, be on the lookout for those as well. Next up, I've got a 1918 $1 Federal Reserve Bank note. Federal Reserve Bank note, this is a $1 note, otherwise known as the Flying Eagle. The Flying Eagle $1 Federal Reserve Bank note. Now, this particular one says New York on it. If you're looking at Flying Eagles, generally speaking, you're talking about a note that's worth about 80, or starts off at about $80 or so. That's a starting point from there. They go up based on condition. However, if you can find the star note that has Teehee and Burke, okay, so you're looking for this one here is, what is that, Elliott? That's Elliott and Burke. You're looking for Teehee and Burke. And then you're also looking to see that it is, where is it? 1914, yeah. Teehee and Burke, and you're looking to see if it's got the tellers Clark and Calkins on the bottom. Clark and Calkins would be down there. If you come up with that note, that's another note that runs roughly $1,500. So yeah, another quick way to turn $80 into $1,500. $1,500 for that particular star note. Number 5 on the list. Number 5, this is from 1914. This is a 1914 $10 bill. The 1914 Federal Reserve note. If you were to stumble across one of these start off at roughly $95 for the regular note. And if you were to get a star note from, let's see, this particular one is New York. You're looking for a star note that would be from Richmond, not New York. Richmond, Virginia, and you're looking for the signature of Burke and Glass. And that's Burke, and that's Glass. So I've got the right signature. I just don't have a star, and I don't have it from Richmond. Like I said, the regular note on this goes for about $95. But if you find that particular note with from Richmond, with Richmond, Virginia, I should say, from Burke and Glass, signed by Burke and Glass, that note is going to go for about $1,750, $1,750 for that particular note. So that is number 5. Number 4. From the same series, it's the $5 version of the note, the $5 1914 Federal Reserve note. You're going to be looking for the one from Cleveland. These generally go for roughly $75 or so. But if you find the note from Cleveland, that's a star note that has the signature of Burke and Glass, then you are going to be talking about a note worth close to $2,000. So yeah, that is definitely the keynote there. $2,000 on that particular one. Number 3 on the list, this is a 1907 $10 gold certificate. Now, the $10 gold certificate, the sun just came out, so now I've got interesting lighting. The $10 gold certificate, this one from 1907, these start off at about $155. However, if you were to find the one that has the signature of Vernon and McClung on there, those signatures, that signature combination is going to go for somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000. $3,000 for a 1907, what would normally be a $155 note. Yep, $3,000. Number 2 on the list, we're going with a bison. This is the 1901 $10 legal tender. If you have number 117, 118, or 119, there's 3 different signature combinations. These normally start off at about $600. Now, the regular star notes go for about $1,700. But if you've got the signature combinations of Vernon and McClung, or Napier and McClung, or Parker and Burke, those 3 combinations, like I said, number 117, 118, 119, any of those 3 combinations on a star note, instead of $1,700, that star note is now going to be $5,000. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for those signature combinations. And number 1 on the list, this is probably the most important star note of all. Not really a note that everybody's familiar with, but you should be. This is an 1880 $20 legal tender note. number FR146. Now, what makes this note cool, these notes start off about $335. Star note would go for somewhere around $1,000. But the 1880, featuring Teehee and Burke for the signatures, that note is important because that is the first time they ever used a star designation on a note as a replacement note. So yeah, the 1880 $20 legal tender featuring Teehee and Burke, that's where it all started as far as replacement notes go with stars. One of these notes with a star on it and that signature combination, you're talking $8,500. Like I said, it's not a one of a kind, but it is the first time that they used the stars. So yeah, if you collect star notes, this is your holy grail. This is where it all starts. All right, guys, that is my top 10 featured star notes as far as what the book says value is and which ones are harder to get. Those are all your key notes that you can be looking for. I plan on doing a top 10 star note list for star notes you can still find in circulation today, because obviously you're not going to get this in change from the bank. But yeah, that'll be coming up soon. Thank you, Ontario 100, for nudging me in this direction. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have an idea for a top 10 list, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. And hopefully we will keep these going. Guys, thank you very much. I'll see you next week.